Right. Okay, thank you. So we have completed tenses. In 2 minutes, we'll finish up the revision on tenses. Okay. So we have 3 types of sentences. All of you have a notebook as well as pen with you. This grammar will help you not only for IELTS, this will also help you for the whole life. It will boost up your confidence and the English will be refined. It will be helpful in IELTS reading, to understand how the construction of sentences, to write essays very well and to speak fantastic, language, and you get a good score. That is really very important. So we go with present. So first we go with past, present only. We go with past, present, and future. And we all spoke that day. We have V1, V2, V3, V4. V1 is used only in present tense, in simple present. Okay. V2 is used in past tense, and it is only used in simple past. V3 is used in all perfect tenses. To write the combination of V3, we should not use V forms. We have to use have forms, have, has, and had. Because I completed this, I'm going faster. Okay. So have, has, and had. So that is about V3. Now going to V4, it is V1 plus ing. V4 is nothing but V1 plus ing, and it is used in all continuous tenses. Okay. And it would be supported by is, am, are, was, were. Okay. And in future tense, you will have will or shall also. So remember friends, V1, V2, V3, V4. V1 is used only in simple present tense. V2 is used in simple past. V1 means go, went, and V3 is used in all perfect tenses, and it should be supported by has, have, or had. Okay. And V4 is used in all continuous tenses, and they should be supported by is, am, or was, were. Okay. So this is a base. Now, let us write the structures of all the sentences. Now, you all know, again, every tense is divided into 4. Simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. Okay. Now, as we all used to do this from our childhood, let us start V1 on this present tense only. Right. Now, see here. The general structure, I'm writing on the top, I'll take another color pen. The general structure of a sentence is subject, verb, object. And I also discussed with you friends when I taught you this tense is nothing but, the definition of a tense is nothing but change in the form of the verb. Only verb changes. Subject won't change as well as the object will not change. Okay. So our focus will be on only the middle part. So I'll be writing only the verb. I won't write the subject as well as the object. Right. Now, simple present. V1. Subject, V1, object. Sorry, the phone has fallen down. Is it visible again properly? All right.
No, ma'am.
Hence,
It is better
visible.
now, but future tense is slight.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
why can't you
Yes,
use a
yes.
pen and paper, ma'am?
Who is this talking?
Sai Kumar.
Let me try. I can use a pen and paper. It will be much more very informal if I use a pen and paper.
But it's
Let me
but
try. If
the
it is not working, then we go for a pen and paper now. But
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Let me give a support of a book. Sorry. If this is not working, we go for that. Now, is the future tense being visible properly? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Yes,
ma'am. It
ma'am.
is visible.
Okay, okay. So you can stop me in the middle and then you can just tell me, then we will change. Right. Now let us go for simple past. Simple past goes with V2 and simple future goes with will, shall plus V1. Okay. So for example, he goes to park every evening. He went to park last evening. He will go to park next evening or today evening. Okay. So that is a sentence. Now let us go for present continuous. And I said for continuous, we have to use V4. And to support V4, the B forms, is, am, are, was, were are called as B forms. Then you have is, am, are, because these, are the verbs, the helping verbs to be used in present tense. These are called as B forms. Okay. Next, we go with past continuous. Was or were plus V4. Okay. Now in future continuous, because it is future, we have to use will or shall plus V4. I shall writing a test. Doesn't make any sense. Therefore, you use a connective B form called as B. Okay. So will or shall plus B plus V4. That completes your continuous. Now he is writing an exam. He was writing an exam. He will be writing an exam. Right? Now let us go for perfect tense. I already told you for a perfect tense, you have to be going with V3. And yesterday, one of our friends has asked me, one of the girls has asked me that, where should we use V3? V3 has to be used in perfect tense, and perfect tense is to be used in order to indicate the just completed action. Okay? Now, because this is present, has or have are the verbs of have forms to be used in present tense, and it is V3. Okay? Then past, only had is used plus V3. And as it is future, we'll use will, shall plus have plus V3. Okay? He has written the homework. He had written the homework. He will have written the homework. I have not made the mistake. Not is also used. You can use a negative sentence. I had not made a mistake. Made. Made. V3. I shall not have made a mistake. After I and we have to use shall according to old grammar. But modern grammarians also accept will after I and be. Okay? Right. Now let us move on to the next present perfect continuous. Friends, here you have to use your brain once. In perfect tense, we have forms. Okay, we have forms which we use in perfect tense. In continuous tense, we have V4. Okay, this should be the combination. Has or have plus V4 should be the combination. For example, he has writing a book. That doesn't complete the whole sentence. So in order to bring the link between, we have to use another special B form in all the perfect continuous tenses called as been, Been. So here comes present perfect continuous. It is has or have. Because you heard the word perfect and I told you in perfect, you should use have form or has form. But it is continuous, perfect continuous. And the link word is been plus V4. V4 for continuous. Perfect has or have. To link these two, we have a been. Okay. And because it is past tense, had plus been plus V4. And it is future, will or shall plus have, only have, plus been plus V4. Okay. For example, I have been writing my homework. I had been writing my homework. I shall have been writing my homework. Okay. So these are very important to be noted when you're talking about tenses. You should, I would rather say by heart them, but there is no use of, say, there is no need of by hearting. Simple present, V1, simple past, V2. Simple future, because future version should be expressed or explained, you have to use will or shall. Plus V1. You have no V3. V3 is used only for perfect tense. Okay. And then for continuous, only B forms are used. And B forms are is, am, or was, were. Was, were in past tense, is, am, are in present tense. Then here to connect these two, or else the whole sentence will go wrong, we use a special B form called as be. Okay. Now, and for all perfect tenses, V3 is used. And also to support V3, okay, you have to use only have forms. For all perfect continuous tenses, to show perfectness, you use have form, plus continuous, you use be form. To link between both, we use be. Okay. I'll give you just 1 minute time to make a note of this table. All of you, please make a note of this table. Just 1 minute time. Take it down. It is very important because I'm going to go to voice. If you don't have this, you cannot understand voice. Please. All of you, please note down.
Done, ma'am.
Mr. Sai, is the board okay? Still, should I go with the paper? Ron, yes, tell me.
Ma'am, somewhat blurred, madam.
Clarity is not.
Somewhat blur.
Yes, ma'am.
Now? Now?
Better, ma'am. Better than before.
Friends, now?
Visible, ma'am.
For everyone, it is the same.
Yes, ma'am. Everyone.
I mean, clarity is somewhat low, ma'am.
It's visible, ma'am, but it's not much clear.
Now I want, okay. Now what I would do is for voice, I won't use the whole board. I'll use only the middle part. Okay. And we learn slowly from now. So it will go on. And tomorrow I'll see for a next version. Characters are not clear. I'll make the writing to be clear. For me, it is visible properly only.
I mean, maybe network problem, ma'am.
I am able to see from my phone. This is my son's phone which I'm using, and from my phone, I'm able to see them properly only. For few who have the network problem, maybe they might not see it properly. We'll see. Still,
My network is stable, ma'am.
we'll see, dear. We'll verify. If this is the case, tomorrow we won't go for this water. Okay? Ron, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Done, ma'am. Already written.
Written. All of you. Thank you. Now let us jump into the very important, and I'll use the middle part, write big letters. Then you try to follow it. It won't be as, because I wrote it fast also, so the pixel may not also catch. Now we'll hope it slowly. We'll see. Okay. Now, friends, try to understand slowly. The structure of an active voice is always subject, verb, and object. The structure of active voice is subject, verb, and object. Why? How can you say that the sentence is an active voice? Okay, I'll explain you why. What does we mean? V is the representative of V1, V2, V3, V4. V is the representative because in place of V, in tenses we wrote all the V1, V2, V3, V4, however we want according to the structure. Okay, so this is said to be an active voice because in passive voice, Always, even though you're talking about a continuous tense or a perfect tense or a simple tense, always the verb should be V3. Always the verb should be V3. Whereas here, I mentioned it to be we. We can be any one of this. That's the reason why this sentence is said to be in active voice. So any sentence with subject, verb, single verb, or number of verbs together plus object is said to be in active voice. If the verb instead of we, if you have V3, okay, that is said to be in passive voice. But sometimes V3 sentences in perfect tense are also said to be in active voice. Then there is a difference between active voice and passive voice. Let us start from here. All of you look at this subject, verb, object. This is said to be in active voice. Yes. This is said to be in active voice. Now we have to convert that into passive voice. Maybe from your childhood, your teachers or lecturers might be explaining you that if the subject is there in the beginning of the sentence, it is said to be in active voice. But that is also an okay condition. But this is the technical definition. Only when the verb is V3, okay, and is supported with a word by at the end. Okay, sometimes, not always. By is understood. Then it is said to be in passive voice. Now let us number them. 1, 2, 3. Our sentence is subject, verb, object. Now this sentence is in active voice. Now let us convert this sentence into passive voice first. What is passive voice? It should be beginning with the object. So object has come first. Then the verb should take the form as V3 only. Okay. And if you write V3, I told you in the last class in tenses, in the before class, I told you in the tenses, have form should be there. But I told here for all passive voice, okay, like for continuous, simple, as well as perfect tense, you should be using V3. That means in a perfect tense, to support V3, we use B forms. This is very important point. We use have forms. In normal tenses, in active voice, we use V3 in only perfect tenses. But whereas in passive voice, in all the tenses, simple tense to last perfect tense, we use V3 everywhere. To support them, we use B form or have form. Okay, plus V3. Object plus B form or have form plus V3 plus by. Plus the subject is there, no? Subject, but the subject should be there in objective form. Okay. This is a technical arrangement of a passive voice. Okay, now try to understand. V has been changed only into V3. It should be supported by a B form or else a have form. Now, what are the B forms? I'm writing B forms here. Is, am, are, was, were. These are used in present tense. These are used in past tense. Special B forms are also there. Be, being, been. Okay. These are the B forms. And there are also special B forms. I'm talking about passive voice, not about active voice. You have be, being, been. These are to be used in passive voice. Okay. Fine. Now, what are the objective forms of the subject? Right? So if I have to talk about objective forms of the subject, let me show you. What are the subjects? Normally we have I, you, he, she, it, they. Okay, we. What are subjects? Normally, subjects occur in the beginning of the sentence, and the persons or animals or places or things of whom we speak in the sentence is called as a subject. So these are all subjective forms. Now we have to write the objective form of the subject. So I is changed into me, you is changed into you only, he is changed into him, she is changed into her, it is remained as it only, they is changed into them, and we is changed into us. Okay? So remember, to construct a sentence in passive voice, you have to have be forms in your mind. Is, am, are, was, were. According to tense we use. Have forms, have, has, had. Other than that, you don't have any form. And if I is here in the beginning, it becomes me. Likewise, subjective forms are changed into objective forms. Okay? So, first, this is the structure, general structure of a passive voice. These are all additional explanations. Okay? So, what is this general structure of the passive voice? Subject, verb, object is changed into object. Okay, 1, 2, 3 changes into 3, 2, 1. This is 3 which came first. Okay, then be form or have form plus verb is V3 compulsory plus by plus subject in objective form. Don't write the subject I as I there. So this is 1. And this whole set till V3 is 2. Again, the change happens here only. Okay. Now let us look at one example. Rough example. Then we go for each and every tense. He speaks English. Okay. He speaks English. Right? Now, you just look at this. Speaks. How to convert a sentence from active voice to passive voice. Your eye should fall on the verb first. Anyhow, object, subject change their places. Now speaks. Speaks is in simple present tense. Okay. Now, as it is in present tense, you can't take was were, and it is in normal present tense, you can't take have has. So object comes first. English. Okay. Is, because it is singular and it is in present tense. V3 of English, sorry, speak is spoken. By he becomes him. Now observe, subject he. He has taken his form as him. So this is 1. Then English is the object. It has taken the first position. Now speaks. Look at the middle form. It should be either supported by be form or have form. Have form should be supported only when the sentence is in perfect tense. But the sentence is not in perfect tense. If it is continuous or else in simple tense, we have to use be forms only. And the sentence is in present tense. Therefore, we have to use is. So English is spoken by him. Understood? So this is how we normally change a sentence into passive voice. Okay. Now, first of all of you keep the heading as voice. All of you keep the heading as voice. First step, you write down AV implies subject, verb, object. AV implies subject, verb, object. Then PV implies object plus be form slash have form, be form slash have form, I'm just moving that. Be form / have form plus V3 plus by plus subject plus V3 plus by plus subject brackets objective form. Brackets objective form. So I can write from here to here only. Okay. Now all of you keep the heading as simple present. All of you please keep the heading as simple present. And first one, write down AV. What is the structure of an active voice of simple present? Come on, tell me, friends.
Subject plus verb plus
Hello?
object.
Which verb?
V1.
Simple present. V1.
V1, ma'am.
Let us write that. Yes, yes, very good. Subject, V1, object. Now look at the screen, all of you. Now we need to change it into passive voice. Object comes first, then because it is V1, V1 means it is in present tense and it is not a perfect tense. Okay, so we have to use is, am, are. According to the first word, we use either is or am or are accordingly. Plus the verb V1 changes to what? V1 changes to
V3, ma'am.
V3. Plus what comes after this?
By.
By.
After V3? By.
By.
And
By.
after that?
Subject.
After by.
Subject in objective form.
Subject.
Subject in objective form.
Yes, subject in objective form. Okay. Tell me one example with jump. Not jump. Wrote. Sorry. Use the word feel. He or fill, you tell me with the word fill. I want a sentence of active voice in present tense, simple present tense with fill.
He fills
Hello. Huh. He fills
water.
water in a whatever, tumbler, glass, or whatever. Okay. Now he fills water. Let us take simple sentences because the board is not big. So he fills water. Now what's the answer? Water. Water.
Is
Come on.
Is filled
Water is
by
singular or plural? Is.
Is
Yes.
filled by
That's
him.
it. Water is filled. Fill. He becomes him. That's it. Okay. Now my sentence. He likes chocolates. What's the answer? He likes chocolates. What's the answer?
Chocolate.
First on
Chocolates
the
are
object, what is
Chocolates are liked by him.
By him.
correct? Chocolates are liked by him. Next, he cracks jokes.
Jokes
Jokes are cracked by him.
Jokes are cracked by him. Okay. He meets me. He meets me.
I was met.
Me comes first. No. What is the sentence? He
I was
I was
I
met
am
by
needed
him.
by him.
meets was. Why did was come here? It is in present tense. He
I am
meets
needed by
me.
him.
I am
becomes
needed by him.
I am. What is the V3
Met.
of meet?
Met,
Met by
ma'am.
him.
Met.
Met
I
by him.
am met
By him.
by him. Don't worry, don't look at all the words. For example, okay, you only look at meets. Meets is in present tense. So you can't use was or were. You can use only is, am, are. Okay. So this is how it is in present tense, simple present tense. Okay. Now let me also explain simple past. Now please note down this faster. Simple present and note down these two. Friends, first example also. He likes Okay.
Ice cream.
I write only English. Okay. He likes English. English. What?
Is liked by me, by him.
By me. Okay. By him. Fast. Write this. Is it clear, friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. That completes your present is finished. Hey, engineering students, come on, fast. You example you can write. Now I'm going to write simple fast. Okay. Simple fast. What's the structure of simple past, friends? Fast. Active voice.
Subjects plus V2
Subject
plus
plus
object.
V2 plus
Subject plus V2 plus object. Mute yourself fast. Somebody. Okay. Now the passive voice becomes like this. You only can tell me passive voice. Object come first. And what is the be form to be used? Is it is-am-are or was-were?
was where.
Why? Why should we use was-were?
Past. Past.
We are talking about past. We are talking about past tense. So we use was or were plus what is the verb?
V3.
V3.
With be fast, not like tubelets. Come on. Plus I won't write, I don't know.
By plus subject
Hello?
in objective form.
Subject and objective form. Okay. Boys should be answering the questions also. So we have changed V2 into was or were plus V3. This is important. Okay. He baked a cake. What's the answer?
A cake was baked by him.
Yes, a cake. Did you ever bake a cake? Baked by him. Okay. Why? Because this is baked. You don't look at he and cake. You only look at baked. Then you take a decision. Which tense is it? It is baked. Therefore, it is in past tense. So either use was or were. Because cake is singular. You use only was. If there are cakes, you will be used cakes were. A will not be there. Cakes were baked by him. Okay, so a cake was baked by him. Now my questions. He lost some money. Friends, he
Some
lost some
money
money.
were
Some money was
by him.
lost by him.
Some money were lost by him.
Lost by him. He bought a new bag. He bought a new bag.
A new bag was bought
by him.
Bought by him. Okay. He he felt a lot of tremors. He felt a lot of tremors.
A lot of tremors was
Big
felt by
subject
him.
now. A lot of tremors
Was felt
was
by
or were?
him.
Were.
Was or were, because was is used only for mostly for singular except for you. Okay, so tremors is in plural, so we have to use were. Okay, so the answer is tremors. A lot of tremors were felt by him. Okay, right? So make a note of the simple past. Simple past, all of you. And underline, just encircle it like this, the middle one. Tomorrow we shall have a class on if conditionals and complex sentences also, if possible. Provided you finish this today. Ron, anything? Okay, next part. Now let us go for simple future. I'm erasing. Please make a note. Simple future. Okay. The structure of simple future active voice. Come on, you should be ready by this time.
Subject
Subject plus
will, shall,
will or shall plus which verb?
V1, V1.
Why did you turn your page? Plus object. Okay. Subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object. Okay. Now we need to convert this into passive voice. Now it becomes like this. Object plus will shall should be carried because it is in future. Will shall plus V1 changes to V3. I just kept a space here. Plus by plus subject. For example, he will clarify my doubt. He will clarify my doubt. Okay. Answer. Without this you answer. My doubt. Friends.
Will be
My doubt will be clarified by him.
Will clarified by him. This
Will
did
be
not
will
finish.
come.
So you have to use a B form called as special B form called as B. Okay. Right. So in simple future, in passive voice, you have to use BEB, without which you cannot write the answer. So B form either in is, am, are, or was, were, or else be, being, been. Anything should be there in the sentence, or else it would be wrong. If it is perfect tense, you should have has or have. Okay. Now I shall ask the questions. I shall ask the question. What's the answer for that? I shall ask a question. Answer.
A
A
question
question?
shall be asked by me.
No. Wrong verb usage. Shall is used only for I and we. I shall ask a question. It is fine because I used I there. A question will be.
Question
You
will
have
be
to change it.
asked.
Will be asked by me. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I shall find my friend. I shall find my friend. Answer.
my
My
friend
friend
will
will be found by me.
My
by
friend
me.
will be found by
Found
me.
by me.
Okay. He will meet his team.
His team will be met by him.
Very good. His team will be met by him. Okay. Make a note of this. Friends, done? Rest of you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm erasing. Okay. So the first part is completed. Now the second part is continuous tense. Be very careful. You should be very, keen in understanding continuous tense, and it is easy only. Now let us go for present continuous. What is the active voice of present continuous? Fast, children. Subject plus. Present tense means be forms. Is,
Am or
are.
Is, am, were plus V4.
Is, am, are, not were, madam. Plus V4 plus I plus subject or object, only object, right?
Object.
Is, am, are plus V4 plus object. We are writing active voice. Now let us look at passive voice. Very carefully look at the board. Now as object comes first, we write object. Then, because it is present tense, you need not get confused. You can write only is, am, are. And V4 is changed to V3. Writing is changed to written. Then what about ing? To show that ing, we use a special B form called as be. I told you now in passive voice, all verbs should be V3. So if it is V3, how to show this ing? We have to add a word be. That completes. Then by plus subject in objective form. Okay, got it, I guess. This is in present tense, so is, am, are. V4 should be changed into V3. Because V3 is present, to show ing, we are using be. Simple as that. Now, he is writing an exam. He is writing an exam. Come on, friends.
An exam is
An
being
exam
written
is
by
being
him.
written by
An exam is
Being written by him.
is
written.
By
being,
him.
not don't tell. Being should be pronounced. Being. In pronunciation, you should be very careful in speaking also. Whether you are pronouncing being or being, you should be clear. Being written
By him.
by him. My questions. I am looking into the matter. I
The
am.
matter is being looked into by me.
Okay. The matter is being. Superb. Who is this?
Sanjana, ma'am.
Sanjana, always. Okay. So an exam, sorry, the matter is being looked into by me. Now, I'll explain that. He is listening to music. Sanjana, you don't answer. Any other person, please answer. He is listening to music. Please tell the answer other than Sanjana. Music.
Music is being listened to by me.
Very good. Very good, Ron. See here, what happened? You retained to and also you retained into. Wherever there are prepositions, don't convert them. Write them as they are in their own positions. Here you don't have a preposition, so you didn't write. Okay. He he is noting down few points. What's the answer? Down as a preposition. He is noting down few points. Answer.
Points
Few
are being
points.
noted by him.
Points are noting
Few
down.
points are noted down by.
Noted down.
Few
by
points
Points are being
noted.
are
being
till are
Are
by
being noted.
by
by
him.
What about this word? Down is
Noted
preposition.
down.
As it
Noted
is, you
down by
write
him.
it there. I repeat the answer. Few points are being noted down by him. He is looking into the matter. The matter is being looked into by him. I am listening to music. Music is being listened to by me. When there is a preposition, write it as it is. Okay? So this completes your present continuous. Any doubt in this? Friends, any doubt? So please write down.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Write down. You can stop me anywhere and ask if you have a doubt. Tomorrow I'll teach you the brainstorming also, which I promised. Anyhow, we are using the board.
Done, ma'am.
Done. Please, the structure. Enough. Now past continuous. Easy.
Ma'am,
So past continuous. Ma. Please tell me.
ma'am, if the sentence is like he is lying to me, then what is the passive voice?
He is lying.
He is lying to me.
I am being lied to. Okay.
Oh. Ma'am, whether
No.
it is lied or lying, ma'am.
This is lie only. That lie is different. I'll tell you that also. This lie is
Okay.
telling lies, truth and lies. Okay.
Okay.
I understood. Actually, you should have asked that doubt, not this doubt. Now, I asked you a doubt after all the classes completed, to all, whether you have understood or not. Now, subjectless was or were plus V4 plus object. That is active voice, past continuous. Then passive voice, object plus was or were. Because this is past, we use only was or were. Plus V4 changes to V3, therefore we use this old-fashioned being. Supporter, helping verb, special helping verb. See how many helping, two helping verbs are present. Then by plus subject. Now, he was meddling into my work. What do you mean by this, friends? He was meddling into my work. What do you mean by that?
Kind of
Meaning of the
disturbing.
sentence. Disturbance. Okay. Suppose there's a small boy sitting along with me. I started working seriously, putting all my papers. He comes and scratches all the papers, writes with the sketch pens. He's meddling into my work, right? Nonsense. Right. Now, let us start writing this. There's a preposition. It should be kept as it is. Remember that. For that only I wrote the sentence. My work.
Work was
Friends,
being
answer.
Was
was
being
being
Was
meddled
being
into by him.
meddled into by him.
Meddled into by him.
Into by him. Okay? Right. Now, let me ask you questions. I was jumping into a conclusion. I was jumping into a conclusion. A conclusion
Was
A
being
conclusion.
jumped into by me.
Very good. A conclusion was being jumped into by me. Okay. He was doing the work well. He was doing the work well. What should be written first?
The work was being done
Don't write.
well.
The work was being done by him
By
well.
him well.
At last. The work was done by him well. Okay. So this completes your past continuous. Make a note first.
Ma'am, well, can it be written before also? Like the work was being
No.
well.
No. Well done is wrong.
No, done well.
Wrong. That is done well is okay.
Okay.
Done well. That is actually adverb. You have rules of adverbs where to be placed. It is adverb of manner.
Okay.
That is again another chapter. Now, don't write anything, but just look at the board for future continuous. See, friends, in English, how many tenses are there in total? One answer, please. Totally, how many tenses are there?
12.
Hello? How many? 12 tenses.
Almost.
Actually, 3 and further divided each into 4. So 3 into 4 is 12. Whereas, and all those 12 tenses are in active voice or passive voice?
Active.
Active voice.
This is an active voice. This is active voice. Okay. Now, passive voice will occur only for 8 tenses. 4 tenses don't have passive voice. Okay. And here comes our first tense. Now, the structure is future continuous. Okay. Now, general structure of active voice for future continuous is, come on, tell me. Example, I shall be writing English test. So subject plus will or shall plus be plus V4 plus object. I shall be dreaming a dream. I shall be looking into the matter. Likewise. Now, let us try to write a passive voice. Why do you believe that, say, a statement that there is no passive voice? Let us prove it out. Now, object plus, because it is future, we write will or shall. And this be is there. We write this be as it is. And we also know for normal will or shall, we have written already one be in simple future. That be we wrote. Next, V4 should be written as V3, but V3 should be supported by being. Okay? Plus by plus subject. Now, I shall be baking a cake. A cake will be being baked by me. Nonsense. Okay. I shall be looking into the matter. The matter will be being looked into by me. How many be forms will you write? Already one helping verb is there and one main verb. One extra should be there. 3 more extra are there, which is a nonsense which cannot be made into a sense. So with our common sense, there is no passive voice for future continuous. This is the reason. Okay? No need to write. Now, present perfect. The third set. This is very important to understand. Yesterday, we worked on this only. Many of you heard it out. Why that is in fact perfect tense. Is it an active voice or passive voice? Look here. Now, present perfect. Structure of active voice. Okay. Active voice is subjectless. And I said in perfect tense, you have to use has or have. In all the perfect tenses in an active voice, we use the word called as V3. Now the doubt comes. Ma'am, in passive voice, we should use V3. Here for a confusion, we have V3. How to show the difference? Yes, let's show the difference. This is active voice. I have done the work. He has lost. Sorry, she has lost her purse. Whatever. Okay. Now, here there is V3. Even in the answer also, you're going to write V3. To show the difference between both, we use the special B form called as B. Now you have to understand. When there is only V3 in the sentence with have form, that is an active voice. When there is V3 with been, has been doing is different. Has been done, has been written. Okay, then that is in passive voice. Once again, I repeat. When you have V3 without the word been, with have form, then it is in active voice. When you have V3 with been, then that is said to be in passive voice. Yesterday we came across this sentence. Remember if you. Okay, now come to the answer. Objectless, because this is perfect tense, we should use only have forms. And as it is in present tense, what is this have form? Have or has. As it is in present tense, we have two have forms, that is have or has, plus been to show the difference between these two, plus V3. V3 is common for all all passive voice, plus by, plus subject. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
This been is clear to you? Okay. Now, she has made up, again a preposition, her mind. Mind. She has made up her mind. Answer, please. Her
Her
friends,
mind
answer. Her
has been
Hmm.
made up
Hmm. Hmm.
By her.
Hmm. Very good. Her mind has been made up by her. Okay. One more. He has filled his he had filled the bottle with water. What's the answer? He has filled the bottle with water.
The
The
bottle
bottle
has been
have
filled by him with water.
Has or have? Has or have? The bottle has or have? Tell me with clarity.
Has.
Has is why has? Has is used for he, she, it, and singular nouns. Have is used for we, I, you, both singular and plural, they, and plural nouns. Okay, so bottle is singular. So the bottle has been filled by him with water. Okay, right. Now, I have given my answer. Answer. I
My
have given my
answer,
answer.
my answer has been given by me.
Hmm. Very good. My answer has been given by me. Now, look here. Here you have plus V3, has plus V3. The only difference is this becomes has been filled and have been given. Okay. If this is here, this is called as active voice. If been is there, that is called to be in passive voice. Finished?
Done, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm erasing friends. Okay. Now for past perfect. Now in past tense, there's no confusion. Only had is used in active voice. Subject plus had plus V3 plus object. Okay. As simple as that. Object plus, because it is past tense, we use had. To show the difference between active voice and passive voice, we use been. And then we use V3 because in all passive voices we use V3. By plus subject. Okay. He had dropped his pen. He had dropped his pen. What's the answer?
His pen
his
had
pen
been
had
dropped
been
by
dropped
him.
by him.
His friend has been dropped by him. I had met his uncle. I had met his uncle. Hmm.
His uncle
I
had
had
been
met
met by
his
me.
uncle. Answer.
His uncle had been met
Very
by
good.
me.
His uncle.
Had been met by
Very
me.
good. Superb. Had been met by me. Now, you had learned. NED or NT? What should I write?
NT, ma'am.
NT. NED is past tense. Okay. You had learned French. Answer.
French had been learned by
French
you.
had been learned by you.
Correct. French had been learned by you. Make a note, please. One example and the structure. And one more last sentence in voice is there.
Done, ma'am.
Finished? Yes. Friends, I'm erasing. Excuse me for the sound that we are enjoying. Okay. Future perfect tense. As you know, in active voice, to show the futurity, we use will or shall plus perfect tense. We use only have. We can't use has. There is no have form for future. But remember, for future perfect, we use only have. We don't use has and had. Had cannot be used. Has cannot be used because we have will or shall. Plus
V3.
V3 plus object. Now, object plus, come on, you can tell the answer. Will or shall plus
Plus have.
only have
Plus been.
plus what? Very
Been.
good. Plus been plus after been
V3.
V3 repeated again
Plus
by plus
Plus
subject
subject.
form.
So we'll have V3 became will have we been V3. That's it. Okay. Now sentence. I shall have listened to him. Answer. I shall have listened to him. What's the answer?
He
He.
will
He.
have been
Hmm.
listened to by me.
He will have been. Very good, Nana.
He will have been listened
Listened
to by me.
Listened by me.
by
Listened
him.
to by me.
By
By
me.
me.
Okay. To where did you put? He will. You can't use shall after he, no? Have. Been should be written because it is passive voice.
Listened to by me.
Listened to preposition as it is by me.
By me.
Next question. Very
Ma'am,
good.
why can't we use
Yeah,
shall?
ma'am. Shall is used only for INB.
Oh, okay.
You should not use, okay, for rest. Next.
Okay.
You, okay, Nana. You will have done the work. Answer.
The
You will have done the work.
Work will have been done by you.
The work will have been done by you. Correct. Are your colleges open, friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to college? How many students per class? Everyone are coming, 60, 70 students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Social
But
distancing is
batches
maintained?
were divided, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay. Am I raising? Shall I?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you look at this, simple present, simple past, simple future, present continuous, past continuous, perfect tense, all. So totally 8 are completed. I said no, you have passive voice only for 8. Now, if you look at the last present perfect continuous tense, let us see. Subject, it doesn't have a passive voice. Not only present perfect continuous, all the perfect continuous tenses, they don't have a passive voice. Subjectless, has or have, present perfect continuous. Okay, plus being, being plus V4 plus object. Okay, example. He has been writing a test. He has been writing a test. If it is past perfect, had been. If it is future perfect, continuous. Future perfect continuous, will or shall plus have been. So same structure for all. Means just a change here in have forms. Now let us understand only the structure. Object plus has or have plus this been. Okay, if you carry forward the been from perfect tense or don't carry forward also, one been is here. And to write being, V4, we write being plus V3. Okay, plus by plus subject. Answer should be according to this nonsense. Okay, a test has been being written by me, by him. What is this? Should I go forward or come backward? Being means. Okay, so this doesn't happen in English. Two be forms at a time. Okay. One special be form and normal be form can happen at a time, but two special be form cannot happen at a time. Therefore, all perfect continuous tenses, three perfect continuous tenses, they don't have passive voice. Even future continuous, it doesn't have passive voice. So totally 4 tenses, they don't have passive voice. Only 8 tenses: simple present, simple past, simple future, present continuous, past continuous, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect. Only these are the tenses which have the passive voice. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now tomorrow you have a test on this, on the structures in my class. Oral test. Just by heart those structures and come. Now, yesterday we were talking about the types of sentences. If you remember, types of sentences. For example, what are the types of sentences? First one is a normal statement. Declarative. It starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Next, interrogative. Just for your information, no need to write down. Is a question. Starts with a capital letter, ends with a question mark. Two types of interrogatives are there. WH questions as well as helping verb questions. WH questions are what did you do, when did you do, where did you do the work, how did you do the work, like this. Will you do the work? Don't you do the work? Have you done the work? These are all helping verb questions. Okay. Third type of sentences, imperative. The word imperative is itself telling you it is very important. The meaning of imperative is compulsory. Or another word we have, technical word, mandatory. Which means when it would be mandatory? Because I'm your teacher. Please do the work for me. You will do it. Do the work or else I'm going to see your end. I will shout at you, therefore you do the work. For both of them, you do the work. So it is a request or an order.
Order.
Yeah, both. It can either be a request or else an order. Okay. So it starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. The difference between this capital letter full stop sentence, this capital letter full stop sentence is the first sentence, it doesn't have have any emotion. It just states present positively or negatively. I came to see you. I felt very happy while you're listening to the class. I did not feel the happiness when you wrote the test. Likewise, just expressions. But here, do the work, complete the task. Please get me a glass of water. I beg your pardon to do the work, whatever. So those are all imperatives. Emotion will be present. And the last type of sentence is exclamatory sentence.
Surprise.
Now all of us will be casually sitting and having a chat. Surprise, yes. Okay, having a chat, and suddenly one very bright colored light comes and stands before you. You say, wow, what a wonderful situation. What a wonderful weather we have. Okay, how beautiful Aishwarya Rai looks. Whatever, right? So sudden and sudden surprise and strong feeling. Sudden, strong feeling. It starts with a capital letter, ends either with an exclamation or a full stop. It always doesn't end with an exclamation. For example, wow, the weather is cool. Where did you put the exclamation in the beginning and ended with a full stop? But there will be exclamation in the sentence, either in the middle or at the end. The weather is so beautiful. Then you put an exclamation at the end. So you can't say it ends with an exclamation mark, but exclamation will be present in this sentence to show that sudden surprise. Ascharyaarthakam. Okay? So declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. Why did I teach you this basic English? Till now we completed in voice or whatever the sentences that we felt. Okay, learn is only declarative. What about interrogative? We have WH questions and helping verb questions. Now we are going to see them. Also, we have imperative and exclamatory. Let's keep heading. Interrogative. Fast. It takes 2 steps. That's it. Voice and interrogative. An interrogative are of 2 types, helping verb questions and WH questions. Now we are going to deal with helping verb question. That means a question which starts with a helping verb. And we have learned, friends, you have learned. The structure of a sentence is subject, verb, object. It is not the structure for all the 4 types of sentences. It is the structure only for a declarative sentence. Okay? Subject, verb, object is the structure only for declarative sentence and it ends with a full stop. Whereas interrogative sentence has a structure of verb plus subject plus object and a question mark. This is the structure of an interrogative. Please make a note. Keep the heading like this. Structure is this, not this. This is only declarative. Let us check with the examples. What the questions? Then we'll start after this. What did I do now? Normally we see 3 letters. Okay, repetition will not come into existence, may not be taken care. Have I done the work? Okay, now see, WH word, keep it as only WH word, which is a special consideration. Now, what is did? What is the partial speech of did? Did is which type of word? Noun, pronoun, adverb, verb. What is did called? Hello?
Verb, ma'am.
What is did?
Verb.
Verb. Then what is I called?
Subject.
Pronoun, right?
Pronoun.
Yeah. Pronoun. And whatever we are talking about, sentence lo ever gurinchi aithe manam maatladutunnam. Whatever we are talking about in the sentence, that is called as the subject. then the rest, every time object may not be there. Something else can be there. Here something else is there. So verb, subject. Now let us verify this also. Why that doesn't happen? You can ask me a doubt. For example, here, look at subject, verb, object. I explained you in the beginning. He is fine. Okay. He is the verb, he is the subject. Fine is not an object. An object means it should be an answer for question what. It is a complement. He went to a temple. To a temple is a to infinite. Okay. And he wrote an exam. Exam is an object. So every time object will not be there, but grammarians generalize it as an object. So it's not compulsory that always object should be there. But for passive voice to be written, there should be an object in the sentence. Okay. Now, and sometimes you have to understand what the object is. First of all, just see the verb and subject. Here also have is the verb, I is the subject, work is the object. So V, S, and O. Here also V, S, and something else. Okay. Right? So always remember interrogative sentences will be in the structures of V, S, and O. Hope you have written the structure. Just write the structure. Now we are going to look at the topic called voice in the interrogative. Be very careful to listen. I'll make it very easy for you. First, we look at helping verb question. 3-step method will be followed here. Okay. Now, have I done the work? Is a question given to you. You need to talk or you need to express it in passive voice. How would you do it?
The work have been
This
done by
is
me.
in the structure of V. Wrong, Nana. Question is to be answered in the form of a question only. You answer a half answer. Don't worry, I'll explain you. First, I'll explain one question, then you come with the answer. Verb, subject, object. First step is it will be in the form of verb, subject, object. Now, this is actual question. Now, step 1 is change it into normal sentence, which should be in the form of subject, verb, and object. What is subject? Convert it. I have done the work. First step. Change that question into subject, verb, object. Now, the second step is change this sentence, subject, verb, object, into passive voice. What is the passive voice for that sentence? Tell me the passive voice. I have done the work. Have done. This is in perfect tense. Perfect tense means there should be a word called as been. Practice it today. So the work.
The work
What's the answer?
has been done by me.
Has or have?
Has.
Very good. Has been. Because it is singular. Has been done by me. Okay. Now you change this into passive voice. Now the third step is convert this passive voice into a question. How would you make into a question? This is actually in the form of whatever. Just bring to make it into a question, it should be in the structure of V, S, and O. So has, this goes back. Has the work been done by me? Just verify. I'll just cut my phone and come. Verify. Okay. Have you understood? First step is convert the question into a normal sentence. Second step is convert that normal sentence into passive voice. This is not a question. Full stop. Then convert that passive voice into a question. Don't directly make into an answer. In the beginning, a question is to be answered only in the form of a question. Okay. Answered only in the form of a question. It should not be answered in the form of a sentence. Right? Now we'll try one more sentence, then you will understand much more clearly. 3-step method. Sentence, passive voice, question. Now I write as future tense. Will he write the exam? Is the question. Will he write the exam? Now what is the first step? Change it into a normal sentence.
He will write the exam.
Will go back. He will write the exam. Full stop. Okay. Now what is the passive voice for that? The exam. He will write the exam. The exam will or shall? Will be written by him.
Will
The exam will be written by him. Correct. That's it, simple. Will the exam be written by him? Question mark. So simple. You know already the rules. Only thing is conversion. If you want to directly write the answer also, you can write the answer, but somewhere you will make a mistake. But if you write like this, never you will get a mistake. 3-step method. Okay. One more last question. Last question I'll keep on the board, then you can write. Is she looking into the matter? Is she looking into the matter? First step.
She is
looking into the matter. Next step. Passive voice. The
matter is being looked into by her.
Being or being? What is the word to be used?
ING.
Being. Yes. Being
Looked into by her.
By her. Full stop. Now what is the answer? Answer means your last answer. Is
the matter being looked
into by her.
Is the matter. That's it. Being
looked into by her.
Looked into by her. Question mark. Please make a note of this. VSO SVO passive voice. Passive voice in the form of a normal sentence. Passive voice in declarative. Then passive voice in the question, which becomes VSO. Today we'll stop after this, and tomorrow we shall continue. Because WH is a bit twisty. It takes time, at least 10 minutes time to make you understand. Actually, it takes 2 days time, but I make you understand in 10 to 15 minutes. Because you are grown-ups. And the voice will take just 20 minutes to complete. Tomorrow in the beginning, we have the voice. We also have, I'm telling you tomorrow's break of the class. We complete voice in 10 to 15 minutes. But you have to by heart all the structures of active voice and passive voice and come. And also, you should be, tomorrow after the voice, you will have brainstorming of writing part, which I'll explain on the board how you do on the paper. And then you have if conditionals. It takes some half an hour. So half an hour, half an hour, half an hour. Tomorrow's class. Then Monday, I will take simple compound complex sentences. It takes 2 to 3 days to complete. Okay. So first, if you are thorough in grammar, meanwhile, parallelly, you have to work on prepositions also. With this, you will have a whole to get at least a better approach towards the writing and speaking of your IELTS. I'm focusing on examination point of view of IELTS also, which is very important. Okay. So friends, good night. Bye-bye. Tomorrow we have class because last week you have taken 2 holidays.